What's up, guys? Patrick here with my introduction to my replay analysis series featuring one of the Soviet Tier 10 heavy tanks, the IS-7. Before we get into the games themselves, let's quickly cover some of the IS-7's strengths and weaknesses so you guys can better understand my in-game decision making and my commentary of the games themselves. The IS-7, for me personally, is one of the more enjoyable tanks that I like to drive around in, and here are some of the strengths that I love using and abusing in my IS-7. The first strength, and the most important, is the amazing turret. In my opinion, the IS-7 has the best turret in the entire game. The second strength of the IS-7, and probably its most notorious strength that gives it its identity, is the frontal pike nose that the IS-7 employs. The third, and probably the most frustrating strength the IS-7 has when facing it, is the trollish, spaced side armor the IS-7 has, making it one of the best reverse side-scraping tanks in the game itself. And lastly, the last strength of the IS-7 is its low profile, allowing you to face-hug enemy tanks and become near impenetrable to tanks with very bad gun depression. Okay guys, those are the four main IS-7 strengths that you can use and abuse to dominate your opponents. During the replays themselves, I will give commentary and examples on how to best abuse these strengths of the IS-7 on the specific maps that I play in the replays. While the IS-7 has many strengths you can use to abuse your opponents with, it has many glaring weaknesses that, if left unchecked, your opponents will abuse you instead of you abusing them. One of the most glaring weaknesses of the IS-7, making it an extremely map-dependent and close-range fighter, are the horrible gun stats the IS-7 employs. The IS-7's aim time is 3.4 seconds, and the IS-7's accuracy is an abysmal 4 seconds. The second weakness the IS-7 has is the gun depression itself. At 6 degrees gun depression, at first look, you may not think that's bad, but due to the IS-7's low profile, it honestly prohibits the use of that 6 degrees of gun depression tremendously. I would say the active effective gun depression is probably 4 to 5 degrees. It makes it very difficult to use the IS-7 and makes the IS-7 map dependent just like the gun stats. The last weakness the IS-7 has is its horrible terrain resistance. If you look at the IS-7 stats, you'll see that it can top out at speeds at 55 kilometers per hour. However, with its horrible terrain resistance, as mentioned just previously, it rarely tops out at 30 to 35 kilometers per hour on flat ground, maybe a little better on city maps. The only time the IS-7 ever reaches its max kilometers per hour is when you're going downhill. Okay guys, enough of the strengths and weaknesses of the IS-7. Let's jump into this first game here on Komarin Encounter Battle with me playing said IS-7. The first thing I like to do when playing heavy tanks like the IS-7 on encounter battles is rushing the objective. That's where the action's going to be, let's be honest. That's where most of the action's going to be. That's where most of the opponents are going to be. And most heavy tanks are slow, so you're going to see most of the action at the objective, and you'll see that's what I do once we get spawned in here. Take a look at my team, take a look at the other team, see what threats are on the other team, and what tanks we have that we can abuse and I can synergize with pretty well. So, game starts here. Like I said before, I'm driving straight to the objective. That's where most of the action is going to be, especially Komarin, such a small map. You don't want to get caught out trying to flank, 1-2 line on a counter. And I really don't enjoy going 9-0 line, especially with a tank with the bad gun depression like the IS-7. Just hard to make it work. So really the only other option is the objective. So this is where I'm going to the middle. Get spotted right here. That's a normal T. Komarin should honestly be for tier 8s or below. Way too small for tier 10s. You get spotted, like what, I'm 20 seconds out of spawn, less than that, and I'm already spotted. Get spotted again. Can't stop. Will not stop out in the open. So I choose to use this middle mound here on Comarin's Island as cover. Um, I see that the enemy I-7 has the exact same idea as me, and I see a tiger that pokes out too far. I decide I'm going to punish him. I do put a nice shot into him, back off. There goes our already shot. I see the tiger still there, still tracks, so I'm like, screw it, I'm going to dump another shot into you. You're still there, what are you doing? And I get caught for my greediness, get hit by artillery. Honestly, I should not have taken that second shot. Should have let some teammates do it, as the Tiger 2 just gets hit right there. I get some track damage. And I go back to try to finish him off, being pretty greedy here. I get rewarded for it. I hit the I-7's lower plate with a nice shot, and I immediately back out. I really don't feel like taking another artillery shot here. So, looking at my mini-map, they don't have a lot of stuff spotted, honestly. You know, they have a couple stuff right. We have a light tank that's pretty much in our spawn. Take a greedy shot at a T-69 there. You know, nothing really else I could shoot at, and decided to take the shot. So, at this point, I'm obviously worried. I mean, look at the mini-map. We have 2 TDs, a heavy, behind artillery in our spawn. I don't know what they're doing, but they're definitely not helping us progress the game any further. And that just honestly leaves the whole 1-2 line open. As you see, the enemy team are exploiting our basically our camping team right now. So, enemy team is getting a very nice crossfire going here. They have tanks on the hill here. What is that? Like G9, G0. I see this IS-3. Take a free shot. Why not? If he's going to stand in the open, I'm going to punish him for it. Now the enemy team is definitely... we're surrounded here, basically. The enemy team did exactly what they needed to do. Light tank came up and spotted that flank. They didn't see anything here. You know, they obviously they saw our camping TDs behind artillery, and the enemy team did exactly what they should have. They pushed the 1-2 line as far as they could. We're basically surrounded here in the middle. It's not looking good. Basically, you know, we're down. I'm losing people. I'm losing allies in the middle here, and me and this I-7 are dueling right here. I try to take a cheeky turret commander's hat shot, obviously miss. So. At this point, I switch to premium. It's going to be on me to honestly win this middle here, so I need to hit as much damage as I can. I angle my armor, make sure he bounces. The only shot he had is where I'm about to shoot him right now, and you can only pen this here with premium ammunition. That will not pen where I just shot him with regular ammunition. So put a shot into him there. I need to kill this guy as quick as possible. And then I think, well, oh great, I get this light tank here that's going to come behind me. We both traded shots there, both really nice shots. His was nicer. I don't think he's using high explosive, so gotta kill this guy. Can't worry about the light tank. I just angle my armor just enough so the light tank bounces off me, which he bounces off. I think half of his clips, honestly. I should have angled there better there. He's just dumping his clip, bouncing most shots. I put a shot into him here. Get blind fire by someone that's camping in the spawn. So, like I said, it's up to me basically to win this game. That's why I keep premium ammunition loaded. I need to hit and pen as many shots as I can to win this game. The enemy team is advancing basically in our spawn now. Take a kind of a greedy shot on the E75. He was really well angled there. There was a very small chance that was going to pen at all. See him again backing up. I know this is going to pen with a PCR if it flies true. With the I-7's horrible accuracy, that's not always the case. Shots go left and right. So I don't know what this I don't know if he's firing HE or what, but at this point I'm basically screwed. Light tank's going to clip me out. There's nothing I can do. I fought it out as best as I could in the middle with what I had offered by my team. Now, if you look at the mini-map, I don't know what these 2 TDs and heavy are still doing back there. I don't get it. If you're a top-tier E4, E75, especially the E75, you need to get your butt in the game. Looks like the Tortoise was AFK. I think he might have played at some point because his turret was in the air. Maybe he disconnected, but as you can see, we lost. I had a nice game. I mean, I dropped 5k damage, 7k spotting. and 4,400 damage blocked. So I had a nice game. I guess moral of the story is, you know, bleak cases there. Just do your best to try to carry the game. Probably going to lose. Just get your damage and try to carry from there. All right, guys. Let's jump into this Himmelsdorf game. And this time I'm actually platooned with one of my friends, the Army Tanker. He's a pretty good player as well. So we're talking in the party, and we're like, all right, if we get self-spawn, I'm in the I-7, of course. He's in the 215B, the British Tier 10 Heavy. We're talking, and we decide if we get self-spawn, we're basically rushing down Banana Road. We're going to rush and put pressure at E8, F8. We're going to both get hull down and catch the opponent off guard, and that's all we do. We decide the strategy we're going to do, and we stick to it. So you see me loading up APCR. Normally the things that come down Banana, E100s, IS-7s, E5s. We're going to have to carry this game, so I immediately decide I need to load up premium ammunition here, at least to start, to basically abuse my hull down position and get the maximum amount of pen available to me. So you see me get spotted by the T-62A. I don't care. I'm rushing to the spot. There's nothing you can do to stop me. I get to my spot. I'm basically impenetrable here. The only things that can pen me, like I said before earlier in the video, are HESH and high explosive rounds. See the waffle come around the corner? I'm not worried whatsoever. Like I said, there's nothing these guys can do to penetrate me unless they're going to waste ammunition, waste time, and load up high explosives. At this point, I honestly could have reverted back to regular ammunition, and I kind of wish I did make this match more of a money credit earner. I'm just basically wasting premium ammunition on the Waffles turret. See the E100, and I'm like, okay, good. I got premium ammunition loaded. I'm gonna pen your turret cheeks. There's nothing you can do about it. If you look at the mini-map, this is the point in time where me and Army Tanker start realizing, all right, well, we got to kind of push here. We don't have a lot left. We do have a lot of tanks going hill, but we're not feeling confident with what's going uphill that they can win it. So we decide, we see this E3 push up. We're like, all right, we're going to support it. We're going to rush as well. We're going to get these tanks dead in Banana Road. And that's what we do. E100 goes down. Unfortunately, the T-62 makes it out, and he was actually a big player in this game, as you'll see later. He had a very good game. If we would have taken him out there, this game would have been so much easier. So, we see Hill. It's not looking good. I just got shot in the butt from someone in Hill. Stalin guides my shot there. Well, lucky shot there. So we're thinking two things here. We're thinking, okay, we're going to lose Hill. We're going to hop into cap and kill whatever's back here, because before we spotted, there were 2 TD spotted. Yep, there's one. There's a couple things here. We decided we're going to hop in the cap, try to make some of the hill people come down, and then clean up whatever tanks are left over here. And that's what we do. We jump in the cap, start the timer, and then bum rush these guys, basically. See the Tier 9 Soviet TD, the S122, whatever its name is. He somehow backs up and gets away. And then we see Jagdtiger here. I think Army takes a shot with him. I just rush to face hug him. I know if I face hug him, there's nothing he can do to pen me. I don't make it before he reloads. He pops a shot into me. And then we see IS-7. We're like, okay, we got to kill this Jagdtiger, and we got to get this 57 out of here. He's going to be clipping Army Tanker. He's going to be reloading. So I decide, screw it. That's his last shot there. I'm going to rush this kid. I missed my shot. Should never have RB'd that. Honestly, should have held that shot for when I had to face hug him, or maybe right here I should have saved that shot for. Kyle puts some Army Tanker, put some nice shots into him. I put a horrible shot into him, bounces off, but the end result is the same. Just could have been more efficient for us, and we end up taking the 57. Very dangerous tank out of the game here. So after that's complete, we're like, oh crap, we have to go back to base. There's nothing else we can do. We can either A, hop on cap, and then it's just basically us two, and they can outcap us with 3 tanks, or we rush back to defend our cap, and that's what we decided to do. I pull up the minimap right here. I look exactly as to what's going on, what to expect. We lose another tank here, another big blow. That's one less tank we can use to help defense. So I'm rushing back. He's rushing back. We decide to use this corner right here kind of as a defense point. Right now we're expecting the enemy team on the hill to kind of rush down into our cap zone, or at least into our spawn area, if not the cap zone, to get, more advantageous position shots on us, because we're in really good cover here. So on this side I want to side scrape this corner. I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about reverse side scraping here. I see it doesn't work at all. I'm like, okay, screw it. I'm going to back up. I'm going to use the rubble that I just passed. I'm going to use that as cover here. And we're basically going to wait it out. I mean, it's 3 tanks versus 5. We know there's a T-30 that's been fighting uphill. He's been spotted. He's full health. He's a very dangerous tier 9 tank. Kyle's close to one shot. I'm basically half health. If we play wrong, that T-30 can mop up all of us two, and the E-50. So I back up using this cover here. We're just playing the waiting game here. Can't really push into him. So we see tanks engaging army tanker here. He said, Pat, I got this. You just make sure we don't get flanked here. I'm like, okay, good. I'm reverse side scraping here. Basically, 3-4 tanks spotted now. I'm hoping that E75 comes through and rushes our E50, and he does. My reverse side scraping here is honestly pretty awful. You see that he kind of rushes forward and pens my butt, honestly. So put a nice shot into him. He says, oh, look, LOL, IS-7's butt puts a shot into me, damages my engine, have to fix it. So at this point I told Kyle, you just have to dig in. I'm going to bum rush this E75. We need to get him out of here. His armor needs to leave this game. He's like, I'll do my best, just do what you need to do. Bum rush the guy. Should not be RBing that, guys. That should have been fully aimed in. That shot should have honestly been held for right now, when I have him tracked flat on. Basically a wasted shot there. So I kill him. I see the 62A. I'm like, okay, he's going to shoot me once. I'm going to face hug him as well, and there's nothing he can do to pen me, and I'm going to kill him. So we kill him. We know there's 2 tanks left. We still have no idea where the T-30 is. We assume he's still on hill. We're talking about it. We're like, where's the T-30? Do we just rush this kid right now? Do we get this kid out of the game? Our E50, look, he just kind of YOLOs in there and gets killed. So it's just me and Army Tanker, my platoon mate. I know this kid just fired. I'm going to actually do what I should have done all game. Line up a shot, take the smart shot rather than just RB it. So take him out. So we're both one shot for the T-30, and we still don't know where he is. We're still assuming that he's on top of hill. So that's the last time he was spotted. That's what we're assuming. We're assuming he's on hill, but we also know there's a possibility that he's coming down the hill and is, where we just pinged. We know that's a possibility. I get spotted here. I don't spot him. Stupidly, me and Army Tanker come to the conclusion that he must still be on hill. He must still be on hill, and somehow spotted me. Obviously, that was the wrong conclusion. Hindsight's 20/20, but that's what we come to the conclusion as. And we make the decision that if he's still on hill, we're just going to cap out on him. It's too risky to fight. We're both, we don't know what kind of gun he mounts. Does he mount the big gun that fires every, 10 seconds, 12 seconds? Or does he mount the smaller gun that fires every 6, 7 seconds? We don't know. All we know is he's full health, and he can take both of us out, and we can't take him out. So Kyle decides to go back to the base. I decide to stick around here a little longer in case, he hops on cap, and if we're both going back to base, it's just going to be very stressful. We'd probably cap out before him, but so Kyle gets down there, Army Tanker gets down there, I start to follow, and at this point, this is where the T-30 gets spotted, right there. T-30 spotted. I think he's spotted. Yeah, he's spotted. So Army Tanker's pinned down here. He can't do anything. He's one shot. He can't. We still don't know what gun the T-30 has mounted. So Kyle's just basically going to play possum here. It's up to me to kill this kid right here. Thankfully, the T-30 makes some bonehead plays here, and he sees red, and he wants to kill Army Tanker. He sees red like a bull, and he's going to charge it, and that's what he does. And it allows me. I still think he's playing smart here, and he's in the position he was spotted. So I'm side scraping here, trying to spot him, trying to get eyes on him. Realize he's not there. I'm like, oh crap, did he back up? And am I going to get shot in the butt here? But that's not the case. As you'll see, he gets spotted right there. He like I said, he sees red. He wants to kill. So this allows me. Look at my amazing driving. No, I7, just very sluggish tank making turns. I'm going to use that excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But so T-30's trading shots with Army Tanker, and Army Tanker's playing really well here. He's dishing out shots and not taking anything, so that just increases our chance to kill this kid and win the game. So Army Tanker finally gets taken out, but he trades really well right there, making the T-30 a one-shot. I slow down at this. I try to slow down here and take a shot. Luckily, it hits. Got really lucky there. Not a fully aimed-in shot on the I-7. That had a lot of chance to end very badly. But have a very nice game. Almost 7k damage, 2,000 blocked. Platoon mates working well. Alright guys, that's it for the replays here. I'm going to do a little bit of a conclusion here just to kind of wrap everything up. So stay tuned and I will be doing the conclusion. Alright guys, let's wrap up the 2 games that I just played in the I-7 on Colmaren and Himmelsdorf. While playing the I-7, the key is get hull down. If you get hull down successfully, there's really nothing the enemy team can do, and you can just abuse the enemy team any way you want when you're hull down. The second thing I want to key on is map awareness is key, guys. Always be aware of your surroundings, where the enemy team's getting spotted, where the enemy team's blind firing people, where your team's going, where your team isn't. Map awareness is one of the biggest key elements of success in this game, and frankly, there's not a lot of people, not very many people that have good map awareness, and that's one thing I'm going to try to hammer home with future videos and just my channel in general. And the last thing is, guys, is aim your shots. Don't be a noob like me and RB everything like that last game in Himmelsdorf. I could have saved probably 5 to 7 shots that game if I just was patient, stopped, and aimed my shots in correctly like I should have. I didn't. That could have honestly, a game like that could cost you the game. 3 or 4 bounces that you just quickly RB. So aim your shots in, guys. And like I said, guys, as always, thanks for watching. I'm going to try to get a video up here, hopefully before the weekend, if not Monday at the latest. Maybe in the comments, leave a comment at what tier 10 tank you guys want me to play next, and do a replay analysis of. I have a lot of tier 10 tanks that I can play. Just leave a comment, and if you guys post something you want to see and I like playing the tank, let's do it. So, alright guys, Patrick signing off. Have a good rest of the day, everybody.